Now to a major decision for North Carolina public schools. The North Carolina Supreme Court has decided to throw out a case that would have allotted more than $5 billion in funding for schools across the state. And WBTV's Katie Solt joining us live this morning in the newsroom.
Yeah, this morning she's giving us more insight on this decision for us. Katie?
Yeah, well, this debate goes back to 1994 and has become known as the Leandro Case. More than 3 decades ago, 5 low-income counties sued the state over what they considered inadequate funding for public education. The solution, that was in the form of policy changes and $5.6 billion in funding to ensure quality teaching and resources in schools. In 2021, a Superior Court judge approved a settlement plan that ordered the state legislature to spend the money over 8 years to ensure a, quote, sound basic education for public school students. However, state Republicans have fought the court's decision, arguing this is not the judiciary's role. After decades of back and forth, Thursday, in a 4-3 decision, the state Supreme Court ruled to throw out the funding plan. Right now, this state is still operating without a budget, which has a direct impact on teacher pay raises. One state lawmaker says they do plan to address that this upcoming session. Other elected leaders, though, upset with the court's decision.
Tax base is not there, and as you well know, so that creates a problem for the schools getting less money in those communities like those rural areas.
The House does raise teacher pay across the board about 8.7%.
Assembly convening on Monday, so in just a few days.
Katie, we appreciate that report. We know parents might be wondering, what do our area public schools have to say about this decision?
Well, CharlotteMecklenburg Schools issued a statement yesterday evening. Right now, they say there are no immediate operational impacts on schools, classrooms, or employees in CMS. Superintendent Dr. Crystal Hill said in part, quote, to see our students continue to excel despite the lack of adequate state resources for their teachers and classrooms makes me proud as a superintendent. Our hardworking teachers and students should not have to overcome this challenge, yet they overcome this state-imposed resource barrier every day. CMS went on to say that the Board of Education will work directly with the State Department of Public Instruction and other state leaders to evaluate any possible future impacts based on guidance they receive and as more details become available. In the newsroom, Katie Solt, WBTV, on your side.